What's up, guys? It's Devin. I have a PSA reveal. It's been a long time since I got an order back, and I'm very excited for this one. I'll go over the submission details. First, give the breakdown there. This was a 35 card order, a mix of sports and Pokemon, submitted under their bulk service level. So you can have a mix of TCG and sports when you're doing the bulk. Everything. They do have TCG specials, but that has to be TCG only. This was a mix of both. It was 35 cards. I shipped it out on January 15th of this year, 2025, and got it back today, which would be April 4th, also in 2025. Ended up being 79 total days start to finish. So from the time I shipped it out to the time I got it back in hand, there was actually a couple small issues with this order, which I will break down here at the beginning, which was kind of unfortunate. We'll actually just go over those and dive into the order in general. Unfortunately, both of these came back not slabbed. So we'll go over the Juan Soto first. So this one was super confusing to me. They had in their PSA pop report that they had graded copies from this set. Not very many. So this is from it's like an exclusive Topps Now auto. It was for people who were like their top spenders in 2020. They submitted these out for those people. So unfortunately, there's not an official checklist. So PSA had graded some of these before and then stopped. So because I saw it on the PSA prop report, I assumed they were still grading it. And then they told me that they were not grading it anymore. So unfortunately, that came back not graded. It was nice, though. They didn't charge me for it since they didn't grade it. But still unfortunate that I had to sit there for that long. This one is the one that is the unfortunate story. Oh my. All right. So I don't know if you can tell there at the bottom. It looks like the corners are smashed in. And I'll take it out. They sent me an email and said they damaged my card while holding it. So it looks like the bottom there is kind of creased in with some issues there. So we had a conversation back and forth and took a little bit before we came to an agreement, but it ended up was going to be a PSA 10, which would have been a super nice card of Jaden Daniels, a rookie, serial numbered. Unfortunately, it got damaged. So it was a PSA 10. Then they said it would have been a PSA 7 if they slabbed it up, but they wouldn't even put it in a PSA slab because it was too fragile to give it another chance at a PSA holder. So we had to go back and forth for a little bit on what type of compensation I would receive, since the whole thing with cards being in PSA's possession is the declared market value. So we had to go back and forth. We ended up figuring it out. So we got that one worked out. I still wish I would have had the PSA 10. I think that would have been nicer than just getting compensated, because I felt like I still got shorted a little bit. We ended up having to just compromise, but it is what it is there. Everything else, we got 33 other cards. The first 7 are actually going to be for a local collector. I can't remember if these were supposed to be gems or not. I think I just did some light evaluations and said PSA 8s are better. So we're looking, I think, for that, if I remember correctly. But it's been a while since I've looked at this. So we got the first 7 cards will be there. Ilya Topuria, blue velocity rated rookie, as a 9. Another Ilya Topuria, another blue velocity, a 9. So back-to-back 9s there. Anthony Richardson, Crusade. Ooh. PSA 10. Longevity rookie. Little AR5. Bryce Young. Same thing, airborne longevity. Ooh, another 10. Back-to-back 10s. We'll take those. All right, so we're 2 for 4. CJ Stroud. Stellar rookies longevity as a 9. That would have, I think, been the best one out of the bunch, but nothing too crazy. And then these beam teams are actually going towards his completed set. I want to say these were the same thing, 7s or 8s or better. Ooh, a 9 is very nice. Happily take that. Kevin Johnson beam team. Jeff Hornacek. An 8. Not too shabby. A 9 and an 8 on the beam teams. We'll take that. The 9 for sure. 8 we're still happy with. So 2 gems out of those 7, but 9s on the other modern, and then a 9 and an 8 on the beam team to help complete the set there, which is pretty nice. Actually, I don't know if he's officially completed the set, but he's getting close. That was to help it. Allen Iverson. True Colors Refractor. A Gem Mint 10. Happily we'll take that. Now, all of my stuff I was submitting to be 9s and 10s. I think there's 1 or 2 Pokemon, and there's a Tom Brady that wasn't really submitted to be dimes. So the majority of these are going to be 10 or bust. 9s will take. 8s I'll be very unhappy with. Peyton Manning, Bowman as a 9. Happy with that one. Peyton Manning, Bowman's Best as a 9. Very happy with both those. All right, this is the big one of this submission. Very excited. By far, my most nerve-wracking card from the submission. I have no idea how this is going to grade. I just want it in a PSA holder. If you can see on the back, Tom Brady, number 10 out of 278. 10 is his college uniform. This is a rookie from 2000. This is a serial numbered Tom Brady rookie card. So, I don't truly care what the grade is, but I would like to see a decent grade. Okay, private stock Tom Brady. Show me something decent. Okay. I had a thought that this might happen, unfortunately. PSA 4, which we're okay with. There was a small issue on the front. It's really tough to tell. I think it's actually right by his pants right there. I couldn't tell if it was a crease, a wrinkle, whatever it is. It's just not normal. They deemed it looks like, to be a crease/wrinkle. So PSA 4 on the Tom Brady rookie. Happy that it's slabbed. Jersey number is sweet, but definitely a bummer. Shoot, that was the one. That's all right. Let's see what else we can get. Jordan Love, Optic 2020 rated rookie as a 9. That's a bummer. All right, Pokemon. Whoop, that one slipped. Giratina V-Star as a 10. The secret rare from Crown Zenith. Absolutely gorgeous. Another Giratina V-Star as a 9. So 110 and 19. Happily we'll take that for the Giratina V-Stars. All right, next stack. So what did we end up doing there? 110, bunch of 9s, and a 10. So we were okay. Don't love the Brady, but I'll deal with it. All right, Charizard. I want to say this was expected on the lower side. Yep, a 3. We'll take it. I think it was pretty beat up. I think I had this actually as damaged when I bought it. So the lowest raw condition you can get. So PSA 3 I'm very happy with. We will take that for the Charizard base set holo. Reshiram and Charizard GX, the secret from Unbroken Bonds. This was submitted to be a 10. 9. Don't hate it. Don't hate it. I'll deal with it. Wyatt Langford. Chrome Prospect Auto Green Lava out of 99 as a 9. Thought for sure that one had a really good chance. That one looked clean. That's a bummer. Kaboom. Declan Rice as an 8. Come on, man. Shoot. Not going the way I'm hoping. Angel Reese select. Now we got a slew of WNBA here. I think there's like 13 or 15 cards in a row, and then there's a bunch of Caitlin Clark rookies. So we'll start off with an Angel Reese Purple Ice. Ooh, has a 10. We'll take that. It's out of 149. Caitlin Clark Premier as a 10. We'll take a gem for any Clark rookie we can find. A lot of this stuff was part of a table purchase that I did, and I just went through every single raw card, and I was like, hey, if it's got a chance, we're going to send it. In Fuego, Caitlin Clark as a 9. Wow. Angel Reese Silver Flash as a 10. We'll take it. So looking good on Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark's. There's 7 or 8 in a row of Concourse base. So I'm just going to roll through these. As a 10. Very nice. I think this was like around a 2.5x increase on a raw to 10 for Caitlin. 9. So whichever 10s we can get is a bonus. I think I needed 3 out of the base ones to make it worth it. 9. Don't hate 9s. They'll still move. 10. There we go. We just need one more for Caitlin. 10. And it's worth it. That's all we needed. Anything extra is a bonus at this moment. Another 10. That's 4 Clark 10s. Can we get 5? Ooh. So we got 4. I'll take 4 gems. All right, these are the 2 big ones for Caitlin Clark. A Premier level Cracked Ice rookie and then a Concourse level Cracked Ice rookie. So definitely ones I want to gem. An 8. Of course, always the ones that you want to gem. Never get a gem. That's how it works, I swear. Oh, we got 1 as a dime. We'll take it. We'll take 1 for 2, even if the 1 is an 8. It is what it is. Premier level and Concourse. All right. Shohei Ohtani's. These were strictly submitted for 10s. If they don't get 10s, I lost money. Astrologically aligned Shohei Ohtani as a 10. We'll take it. And then the last one, an Ohtani Sapphire as a 9. That would have been a nice one with the Dodgers blue, but unfortunately a 9 there. All right, so let's break it down. A 10, a 9, a 10, an 8. That's a bummer. The Clarks did pretty good overall. Those did what I was hoping for. I think some of them were kind of shots in the dark. But right now my 10 stack's looking higher than my 9 stack, which I don't mind. And that one's low just because it was supposed to be low. A 9, a 10. Jordan Love 9 is a bummer. These Peyton Manning rookies as 9s I'm completely okay with. So it looks like our 10 and our 9 stack are going to be pretty evenly matched. Wow. Spot on 10s and 9s. 2 8s I'll happily take. So the 10 stack ended up being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 10s, 11 9s, an 8, a 4, and a 3. So if you talk about well, it was supposed to be 28 cards, but 26 because those 2 were taken out. So out of my 26 cards, 11 were gems. So 11 for 26, 42% gem rate. I'm very much okay with that because some of these were not submitted to be gems to begin with. The Peyton Manning rookies were not submitted to be gems. Those were supposed to be 9s, outside chance, but I wasn't expecting them by any means. These 2 were not submitted to be gems. I think everything else was submitted to be a gem. So technically we're looking at 9, 10, 11. We were basically 50%. 11 for 22 on that stack. And then these were not submitted to get gems by any means. They were just to get graded. Definitely what I expected on the Brady. I just had high hopes just in case it happened. I was going to be excited. But overall, I'm happy. 11 gems, some cool ones, decent on the Clarks. Bummer on a couple of the 8s. That happens. Charizard was right what I thought. Peyton Manning rookies were solid. Brady was exactly what expected, but definitely a bummer to see. And then for the local collector, a 9 and an 8 on the Beam teams was definitely solid. 9 on the CJ was a bummer. 10 on the Bryce was solid. 10 on AR is solid. And then 9s on each of these was hoping for one of them to dime, but it is what it is. That was everything. A 35 card order, whole mix of stuff. Some stuff that wasn't meant to gem, some stuff that was supposed to gem, and a little bit of everything. Thank you for watching. It was exactly what I expected. 40 to 50% gem rate is about what people are seeing, so on par. Thank you for watching. Everyone have a great day, and don't forget to smile. Later, guys.